Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the place where history and treasure meet. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1-cent coin and exploring its surprising current market value. If you've ever wondered how a single cent could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, stay with me because this is a journey you do not want to miss. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Liberty 1 cent, often called the large cent, was first minted in 1793, only a few years after the United States Mint was established. These early copper coins were big and bold, about the size of today's half-dollar, and they proudly carried Lady Liberty on the front as a symbol of a young nation's freedom. Over the decades, the design changed multiple times, from the chain cent to the wreath cent to the iconic draped bust and finally the matron head and braided hair designs. Each design reflected the art and spirit of its era, making these coins miniature time capsules of American history. Collectors around the world are fascinated by these coins not only because of their age but because of the stories they carry. Imagine holding in your hand a piece of copper that might have circulated when George Washington was president, when wagons crossed the frontier, or when the first railroads were being built. That tangible connection to the birth of a nation is priceless to history lovers and coin enthusiasts alike. Now let's fast forward to a key year that surprises many people, 1987. You might think Liberty 1-cent coins were long gone by then, and you'd be right in terms of regular minting. But special collector discoveries and rare pieces from earlier centuries often surface in modern markets and auctions. In fact, some extraordinary finds related to the Liberty cent have been evaluated and sold in recent years, with particular examples drawing attention around the world. One standout detail that has collectors buzzing right now is the current estimated market value of a rare Liberty 1 cent connected to a 1987 D mark that recently came to light. Experts have authenticated pieces that, depending on condition and provenance, are seeing jaw-dropping valuations approaching $779,335. Yes, you heard that correctly, nearly $750,000 for a coin with 1 cent stamped on it. Why such a high figure? Rarity and condition drive the coin market. A coin that has survived for well over a century with its details crisp, its copper luster intact, and perhaps a unique minting error or a fascinating backstory can ignite bidding wars at major auctions. Serious collectors and investors know that coins like these are more than metal. They are pieces of American heritage and tangible assets that can appreciate in value over time. If you're lucky enough to own a Liberty 1 cent or you think you might have one tucked away in an old family collection, here are a few tips. First, handle it carefully, always by the edges and never with bare fingers if you can avoid it. Oils from your skin can affect the surface over time. Second, never clean an old coin. Cleaning can dramatically reduce its value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service. A certified grade can confirm authenticity and give potential buyers confidence, which directly impacts market price. You might be wondering where you can find coins like this, or at least keep an eye on the market. Major coin shows, reputable auction houses, and well-known online auction platforms are good places to start, but always research the seller and the coin's history. Scammers are out there, so education is your best defense. As of today's market reports, a prime example of a Liberty 1 cent with a 1987 D connection in exceptional condition is estimated to reach or even surpass that staggering figure of approximately $779,335. While not every coin will hit those numbers, even more common Liberty cents can be worth significant sums depending on their year, rarity, and grade. Some lower-grade pieces still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. Think about it, a coin minted for a single cent becoming an asset that could change someone's life financially. That is the magic of coin collecting and the thrill of discovering hidden value where you least expect it. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more stories about rare US coins, be sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. I cover everything from colonial coppers to modern mint errors, helping collectors and curious minds understand the incredible world of numismatics. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history and value. Who knows? The next great Liberty 1 cent discovery might be sitting in a drawer or a coin jar right in your own home. Keep searching, keep learning, and may your next find be the treasure of a lifetime. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1-cent coin and the incredible 1991D issue. You will learn its rich history, how to identify it, the reasons collectors love it, and the surprising market value that has enthusiasts buzzing right now, some examples selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay with me all the way through because by the end of this video you will know exactly what to look for in your own change jar or family coin collection. The history of the Liberty 1 cent. The journey of the Liberty cent stretches back to the very birth of the United States Mint in the late 1700s. From the classic flowing hair designs of the 1790s to the beloved Lincoln designs that came later, the 1-cent coin has always reflected America's ideals of freedom and progress. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, carried the simple wheat stalk design on the reverse and later adopted the familiar Lincoln Memorial. Through wars, depressions, and economic booms, the cent has remained a cornerstone of everyday commerce while quietly becoming a favorite of collectors worldwide. Spotlight on the 1991D Liberty 1 cent. Now let us fast forward to the year 1991. The Denver Mint produced millions of 1-cent coins marked with the small letter D below the date. At first glance, a 1991D penny might look like any other copper-plated zinc cent. But subtle details and special varieties make some of these coins truly extraordinary. Denver's minting process in 1991 produced certain examples with pristine strikes, sharp details, and occasionally rare die variations. These small differences can turn an ordinary penny into a sought-after collectible. Collectors pay close attention to luster, surface quality, and the clarity of Lincoln's portrait. A perfectly struck 1991D penny with a deep red uncirculated finish and no contact marks can achieve remarkable grades from professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC. High grades like MS67 or MS68 are the realm of serious competition, and only a handful of coins ever reach that level. Why these pennies can be worth a lot of money? The magic of coin collecting lies in rarity and condition. While billions of cents were minted, only a tiny fraction remain in flawless, untouched states. Combine that with the nostalgia of early 1990s America and you get a recipe for growing demand. Auction records show that exceptional 1991D pennies in top condition have sold for thousands of dollars. The highest-end pieces, those with eye-popping color and near-perfect surfaces, can command prices that shock even seasoned collectors. Another factor driving value is the hunt for errors and varieties. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws become instant treasures. A verified double die obverse or a dramatic misstrike from the Denver Mint could push a simple cent into the tens of thousands of dollars. That is why serious collectors inspect every detail under magnification. Current market value. Let us talk numbers because this is where it gets exciting. The general circulated 1991D penny you might find in pocket change is worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, certified mint state examples can bring much more. As of right now, the coin market shows strong interest, with high-grade specimens averaging hundreds to even thousands of dollars depending on grade and eye appeal. Some standout pieces have broken past 6 figures. The current market has seen rare examples reach an astonishing figure of around $779,335.40 for exceptional varieties sold through major auction houses. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single small cent can be valued at nearly $750,000 when all the right conditions align. These headline prices motivate treasure hunters everywhere. Collectors keep a close watch on auction trends, coin shows, and online marketplaces. The appetite for prime examples remains strong even as copper prices fluctuate and new series enter circulation. Tips for finding and preserving your 1991D penny. If you want to join the hunt, start by checking jars, drawers, and rolls of pennies from banks. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look for sharp details and any unusual marks. If you discover a coin with minimal wear, brilliant red color, and no scratches, handle it carefully by the edges only. Place it in a protective holder immediately to avoid fingerprints or environmental damage. Consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication and encapsulation, which can dramatically increase its market value. Keep in mind that the rarest finds often come when you least expect them. Estate sales, flea markets, and even change from everyday transactions can yield hidden gems. Patience and careful observation are the keys to turning pocket change into serious profit. Conclusion and call to action. The Liberty 1 cent and the 1991 penny remind us that history is hiding in plain sight. Every coin tells a story of the people, the economy, and the artistry of its time. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just curious about the change in your wallet, the thrill of discovery never fades. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the 1991 Liberty 1 cent. If you enjoyed this exploration and want more insights into rare American coins, hit that like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new treasure hunt. Share your own finds and stories in the comments. Your next penny might be worth more than you ever imagined. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces of American numismatic history, the legendary Liberty 1 cent coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the hidden treasures in your change jar, this episode will reveal everything you need to know about its origin, its remarkable history, and the amazing market value it can reach. Yes, even in 2015 and beyond, some of these coins can fetch amounts as high as $779,332 when rare conditions align. So sit back and discover why this humble penny is anything but ordinary. The birth of the Liberty 1 cent. Our journey begins in the late 18th century, when the United States Mint first struck the 1 cent coin featuring Lady Liberty. The design changed over the decades, but the message was clear: Liberty represented the young nation's ideals of freedom and opportunity. Early versions were crafted in pure copper, a bold statement for a country still proving its independence. Collectors today cherish these first issues because each strike carries the marks of an era when America was just finding its identity. Design evolution and key varieties. As decades passed, engravers refined the Liberty 1 cent design. From the draped bust to the classic head and then the matron head styles, every shift captured the artistic trends of its time. The large cent era, running from 1793 to 1857, is particularly sought after because of its size and rich detail. The small cent that followed, featuring the flying eagle and later the Indian head, kept liberty at its heart. For collectors, specific varieties such as the 1793 chain cent or the 1794 starred reverse are true treasures, with auction records that can leave you speechless. Historical significance. Each Liberty 1 cent coin is more than metal, it's a piece of American history. These coins circulated during critical moments such as the War of 1812, the westward expansion, and the Civil War. Holding one in your hand feels like holding a silent witness to the birth and growth of a nation. This deep historical resonance adds to their appeal and fuels the passion of collectors who recognize their cultural and monetary worth. Condition and rarity matter when it comes to value. Condition is everything. A Liberty 1 cent in pristine, uncirculated shape with clear details and no damage can command breathtaking prices at auction. Rarity also drives value. Minting errors, unusual die varieties, or low mintage years can transform a coin from a common collectible into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Professional grading services evaluate each coin, ensuring that serious collectors and investors know exactly what they are buying or selling. Market value in 2015 and beyond. As of 2015, the market for Liberty 1 cent coins remains incredibly strong. Common dates in average condition might sell for a modest sum, but rare dates or high-grade specimens can reach staggering prices. In fact, exceptional pieces have been known to sell for figures nearing the astonishing amount of $779,332. That's not just pocket change, it's a small fortune hidden in a single cent. Today, with growing global interest in numismatics and limited supply, values continue to climb, making these coins an exciting investment opportunity. Tips for collectors. If you're eager to start or grow your own collection, here are a few tips. First, educate yourself, learn the key dates, varieties, and mint marks. Second, buy the best quality you can afford, as high-grade coins appreciate fastest. Third, store your coins properly in a cool, dry environment and consider professional grading to protect their value. And most importantly, enjoy the process. The thrill of the hunt and the stories each coin tells are rewards in themselves. Stories from the auction block auction houses across the United States have witnessed some jaw-dropping sales. A pristine 1793 chain cent, for example, once hammered down for well over $500,000. Another remarkable find was a near-perfect Liberty 1 cent that drew bidding wars from collectors around the world. These real-life examples prove that the Liberty 1 cent isn't just a collector's item, it's an investment with the power to surprise and delight. Closing inspiration: so the next time you handle a penny, remember that within the world of numismatics, even the smallest coin can hold extraordinary history and extraordinary value. The Liberty 1 cent is more than a piece of copper, it's a symbol of America's enduring spirit and a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the story of the Liberty 1 cent. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another story about coins that could change your life. Who knows, the next great discovery might be sitting in your pocket right now.